Hi, it's Matt Bisogno here, one of the founders of Tennis Profits, and in this video I'm going to give you a quick overview of what you'll find on the site when you sign up. So the first page you'll come to is the members page, members.tennisprofits.com, and this is the place to start. If you're new to Tennis Profits, it says click here to get started, and that is definitely the place to get started. When you click on that page, you'll be sent to some information about essentially the context of being involved with making a profit from tennis. There's some really good information here. It's all very well indexed, and as you work through it, you'll get the hang of how this stuff fits together. Just outside of the window here, unfortunately, is a click here to continue button, and this will essentially take you through a series of pages with fantastic information just to set you up, to get you in the right sort of headspace to do your trading. So you'll actually find these pages underneath the Getting Started menu item, and at the bottom there are some various overviews of different pieces of content and an FAQ page, frequently asked questions page. To manage your account, under the My Account section, you've got a profile page. You can upgrade from monthly to a longer term subscription if that would suit you, and of course you can log out of your account here. The good stuff, if you like, the actual doing stuff, is behind the strategies and stats menu headings, and you can see here we've got a long list of strategies that you can try out. Some of them are more beginner focused than others, and some of them are slightly more sophisticated or require a bit more experience, so have a look at those and see which ones might work for you. We also have in this section a video archive, and it's well worth, when you have the time, checking out some of the videos in here. These are sessions that Paul has recorded live, so when he's, for instance, on the 2nd of June, he was trading the Trevisan Goff match, and he recorded that, and you can watch the rerun of that. You can see how things played out in real time. You can see the kind of decisions that Paul was making and the thought processes behind them. You can watch trades that have gone well, you can watch trades that have gone less well, and see how Paul manages those and exits if necessary. So there's a whole library of experience condensed into this page, and at your leisure, it's well worth picking out a few of these and kind of dialing into Paul's expertise, if you like. Now, hidden amongst the matches are some other helpful videos. So there's one on our live stats section of the website here. That's well worth a look if you're planning to use that section. The live stats can be found here, and there's a link to that user guide, the same video there as well. We've also got on here some high-level videos on researching a tennis match using Tennis Profits, using the brilliant data that we have in Tennis Profits, and a guided tour of the site, which is not dissimilar to this one. So let's have a look at some of the data that we have on Tennis Profits. We'll start with trading stats, and this is a page that features all of the matches on any given day, and there is also so if I get rid of this, there are a few filters at the top here. I can see some of the matches tomorrow as well, so I'm just going to get rid of those for now. There are filters for the different tours. So the main tour women's is WTA, main tour men's ATP. The next level down is the Challenger series of tournaments, and then below that is the ITF series. So we can only focus on those that we're interested in. If I'm looking for a particular player, I can find that player like that by searching for their name, Kicker. We can see Nicolas Kicker is there, and we can do some stuff around prices as well. Let's say I want to look at the Yastremka Vekic match. Now, I'm not going to look at this in any detail, but I just want to highlight some of the things, some of the sections that we have. So we have a series of sort of player data at the top: age, height, left or right-handed, their current tour ranking, which is an official tour ranking, their highest career ranking and when they achieved it. That's quite interesting to compare where they are against their top and how long ago their top was, the prices that are currently available, and their tennis profit surface rank. This is a number that's unique to us, and it's quite instructive because these official ranks, they factor in tournaments across all surfaces, and most players have a preference for one surface over others. So our specific surface rankings, in this case for grass, you can see this tournament is a grass tournament, are quite insightful there. So for example, we can see that Vekic is ranked 37 in our rankings on grass, compared with Yastremka's 172. If we look at the head-to-head, Yastremka's won all three, but they were on different surfaces. So the first one was in indoor and the other two on hard courts. We can also see that the most recent of those was 2.5 years ago, so not that recent. Below that, we've got a match record section, and we've got last 10 and last 50 for all surfaces, so these are all matches, and then for the current surface, so these are grass specific. And if you click on any of these little double arrows, it will reveal the matches in question. So these are the last 10 grass matches for both players. On the left hand side, Yastremka, and on the right hand side, Vekic. And we can see things like the seeding, the official ranking of the player that was the opposition, and actually our player today, their ranking at that time. We can see the odds available, so who was expected to win, and the scores. And if you click on any match score, you'll get a breakdown of what happened, the player stats in that match. Excuse me. So that's the match records. There's a tournament record down here, so you can see how the players have performed in these tournaments historically. And then we get into the filters section. Now, this is the good stuff, in my opinion. This is a breakdown of the various player statistics, and you can filter by surface, tour, and date range. So I'm going to put this on grass, main tour, and the last 1 year. And we can see that with grass, it's quite a short grass season, and last year there was still some impact from COVID, so there were a few less tournaments on the grass. But we can see that Vekic has played 10 matches, Yastremka 4, and we can see the distribution of dominance. We can see who is the better player on each stat by normally the bold statistic, but sometimes there is a red number next to the bold statistic. So the ones with green numbers next to them, for instance, on service hold, Vekic is the dominant player on that statistic by 5.8%. Now you can see that 76.2 minus 72 does not equal 5.8, it equals 4.2. 5.8 is the percentage difference, so 76.2 divided by 72 equals 1.058, and that's a 5.8%. Just take my word for it that these numbers are correct. They're relative rather than absolute differences. With the red number, that means that the higher figure is a negative, and so on opposition hold, Yastremka is slightly less good because the opponent has held their serve more often against her. We can see, just at a glance, we can see that Vekic is stronger in most departments, although not necessarily by much. This is a new statistic that we've added, predicted holds. It's kind of a calculated metric. It's a bit like expected goals for tennis. It's quite an instructive metric. It's quite an interesting one that we're pretty excited about, actually. And in this case, One of the things that I tend to look for personally when I'm betting on tennis matches is a dominant predicted holds linked to a higher surface rank, linked to better recent form. So in this case, Vekic would tick all those boxes, although this match might be a touch more competitive than I'd ideally want. For the trading community, there's lots more information down this stats page, outlining specific points in a match. So for instance, how often the players are broken in their first service game of the match, what happens at 5-4 during the game, how often a player holds their serve at 5-4. In other words, how good is their bottle, essentially. And then we've got things about if they win the first set or lose the first set, how they respond to that, how well they perform in the subsequent sets. This is all very good information if you're interested in a player who wins the first set or loses the first set, and you want to understand a bit more about what happens next. We've got this is great data for that kind of a trading approach. So that is the match statistics page, and then we've got various live matches here. We've got some stats table breakdowns that I'm not going to go into here. The other thing that I want to quickly share with you, we have a trading stats report, which again I haven't really got time to show you here. I just want to quickly touch on our live stats module, which is here. Actually, I will show you the training stats report in a second. So these are the scheduled matches, and you can again sort by tour, and then you can see across the top there's live matches, finished matches, and my matches. So with this, you can select. Let me just try and make this fit the window a little better so you can see what I'm talking about. If let's say that I was interested in the Yastremka Vekic match, easy for me to say, so I click on that, and then I've got submit selections here. So if I click that has now added this match to my personal match list, and these are they, and there is the Yastremka Vekic match at the top there, not started yet. If I quickly go to the live matches tab so that I can show you a couple of things here, you can see there's quite a bit going on this page. Let's declutter it a little bit. So we've just got these couple of WTA Women's Main Tour matches going on at Eastbourne, and what we can see here is we've got the players and their odds. The green tennis ball indicates the server, which set they're in, the current game score, the set score, and previous sets. The game by game breakdown of the set score. So in this Riska-Linette game, Riska won the first set, and she won it on a tie break. She won the tie break 7-3 there. We can see that it's 0-0 in the second set. And then there's some statistical breakdown of that match. So aces 6 versus none, double faults 1 versus none. First service percentage, first service points 1, second service points 1, and break points saved. Over on the right hand side, you can see favourite has a break. This is called an alert, and if I just put the ATP matches back in so you can see a few more of these, it's really difficult to follow a lot of matches at the same time. So one of the things that we've done to help with that is we've got, first of all, you can select the matches that you're interested in, so you're only following a subset of these games, the ones that are specifically interesting to you. And secondly, we've added these alerts on the right hand side, so you can see what's happening, which material things are happening in a match. Right, so there's a set and a break here in set 2 of Menezes Travaglia, and we happen to know that set and a break is a trigger. You might remember that from the report that you received the other day. So set and a break is an emotional, a psychological trigger in a match where a player who is that set and one break up can often, although not in this case as it looks, can often take their foot off the gas a little bit and be susceptible to a break back. So it's something that we look out for, and what we can actually do in that situation is we can go and check the player's historical performance in that situation. So we actually have a let me see if I can use that Ostremka match. We actually have a set and a break statistic somewhere here. Lost set 1, broken first in set 2, win set 2, set and a break. So we've got some data, and again, this is a small sample size because it's the grass court season, but we're able to understand when we get this alert, we can go and establish whether that player is particularly susceptible, or whether they're actually a bit more mentally strong than the average player. And this is really powerful data. It's not available anywhere else. It's certainly not available in this kind of very personal display format that we have here, and we're really proud of it. And people are more importantly than that, our members are absolutely loving it and using it very profitably for themselves. So as the last thing that I'm going to show you is the trading stats report, and this is kind of the if this layout is kind of a bottom up, in other words, you click on a match and you can go and look at the individual statistics for that match, and you'd have to click through all of them, or the ones that were of interest to you. Then the trading stats report is a top down report. Let me just get back to that. You find it under the stats menu here, and the trading stats report looks a bit like this. It's kind of similar. We've got some filters along the top, and I'll just put the WTA on again up here, and you can sort by any of the column headings. You can the statistics that display will vary depending on which strategy you've chosen. So these strategies align with the trading strategies available in here. So let's say we were looking at lay set 1 winner strategy. We could then go to the lay set 1 winner option on the trading stats report, and you've got those statistics that are most relevant to the lay set 1 winner strategy. So for instance, lost set 1, won set 2, which we truncate to LS1 WS2, and so on. And again, all of these can be ordered accordingly. So if I put it on service hold and just click on that, you can see that they are sorted high to low, and they're further color coordinated, and they further have the percentage by which the player is ahead or behind, and they further have the number of times that stat happened on which the percentage is based. So let's use Alison van Uytvanck as an example. Her service hold percentage is 83.1%. That's 24.5% better than her opponent today, and it's based on her holding serve in 128 games out of 154 service games during the last year on today's surface, which are the parameters I've set at the top. So if we wanted to compare her with her opponent, we just click on that line there, and we can see that she's playing Anisimova, and actually she's the outsider in that match. We can see that there's very little data in these particular scenarios, but Van Uytvanck does look the stronger player against these particular statistics. So in terms of laying the set 1 winner, this could be, if she were to lose the first set, we can see that she's lost the first set and then gone on to win the second set all 3 times. So that's happened on today's surface in the last year. So that might be quite interesting. It might be a way to enter the match at a better price than the starting price. If we wanted to look at the specific trading data that we looked at here, we can do that from the report just by clicking this little eye there, and that's going to open up that match page. So we've got Van Uytvanck and and Anisimova here, and we can look in more detail at the specific data. So that is the trading report. This is a report I personally use every day. Just one other thing to say: if you click in this top header row anywhere, that will reinstate all the players there, and then you can just sort by service hold or whatever else you want there to do that. So that's the trading stats report, and that concludes a whistle-stop tour of the data components and some of the other components, certainly the help components inside your Tennis Profits members area. Most importantly, perhaps, is that on a regular basis, Paul, here's our tennis guru, Paul Shires, he runs live trading sessions. The next one to be arranged, it will be later this week. And during those sessions, he's available to talk about that match specifically. If you want to ask him questions about anything else, he's available. His contact details are in the profile area. And Paul's brilliant. He's extremely experienced, very personable chap. Really knows his stuff. Doesn't sugarcoat it when a trade goes wrong, as they inevitably do. And you know, he's got loads of experience that all of our members are benefiting from in terms of what to do in good situations and bad situations. So everybody's learning a lot in the chat room. So sometimes he does a chat room trade. In other words, he's trading on his own computer and just talking about what he's doing in the chat room. And on other occasions, as you've seen on one of the other pages, which I've now removed, he will record an over his shoulder video, a screen capture video of him actually trading a match, and then publish that to the site. So there's a huge amount to help. There's a great community. It's not just Paul. There's lots of expert traders in there who are sharing their knowledge and experience, and good beats and bad beats, you know, happy days and not so happy days. That's how it goes. It's not a straight line, but as long as a line is going up over time, we're all in good shape. And we're really excited to welcome you on board, and very happy to offer you 3 weeks for just £1 to try everything out, particularly over Wimbledon, which will be exciting. But the idea of a 3-week trial is so that you have that extra week after Wimbledon to, if you haven't done that during Wimbledon fortnight, to play around with some of the other lower level or ATP 500, which are kind of not Grand Slam but next level down tournaments, for the following week, just so that you can retain the enthusiasm beyond Wimbledon. Okay, that's enough for now. This was Matt Bisogno, one of 3 co-founders of Tennis Profits with Paul and Steve Brown, and I really hope that we welcome you inside soon. Come and find out what we've got. Have a good play around with it, ask all sorts of questions that you need to know the answers to, and we'll do everything we can to support you on your journey to making a profit from tennis. Bye for now.